Welcome back to Q Dads, and it's me, Ben, and yes, we are here today with a delightful Japanese comedy thriller, Suzie, which, of course, is about a robot that has some pure hatred for fruit.
No bananas will enter these halls.
That.
Now, if you're not sure what Suzie is about, I would say watch the trailer, but that doesn't really help, as the tone of the show is just all over the place. But honestly, I do recommend this series right from the offset. So if you haven't watched it, please do go check it out and come back and watch this breakdown with me. Now, the overall concept of the show just sounds absolutely mental, but it actually works in a quirky and incredibly intriguing way, leaving me hooked after each episode. I have so many questions after watching the first 2 episodes as well. I need more information on this dark manual, and of course, where is her son? And yes, there will be spoilers ahead if you haven't watched both of the episodes. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, as we're going to be keeping you covered with this whole series, and it will also help us cross that 2K mark. We are so close. Episode 1 starts giving us a bit of an introduction into the world, as we see things like translators that automatically translate what people are saying regardless of the language, and it's used in quite a comedic way when Suzie forgets that other people have a translator in. And of course, Suzie's dark sense of humour overall, which personally had me chuckling throughout both of these episodes. Now, after a grieving Suzie heads home, she's then gifted with Suzie, this intelligent, self-evolving, self-learning robot. Although a standard model, this is actually more advanced with its code, presumably one of its kind. Now, the robot Suzie for me was fantastic. Suzie had this really cute and cuddly personality, but yet also one of those traits where it's not afraid to stab you in the back. And for me, I think the small little details, the twitch of its digital eyebrows were just absolutely brilliant and made this character exactly what it needed to be. Suzie is given to Suzie from her late husband Masa, who designed the robot for her. Now yes, at first they don't quite hit it off, with Suzie continually telling Suzie to go to sleep, and initially not trusting this robot at all. She of course struggles with the loss of her husband and her son, not wanting to believe this actually happened, and of course later revealed in episode 2 that he is still in fact alive. She decides to drown her sorrows in a cocktail bar, and we meet Mixie, who is played by a YouTuber, Annie the Clumsy, giving us small YouTubers a little bit of hope out there, as we too can potentially be successful, even without self-thinking, potentially murderous robots. And at the end of the episode, Suzie just can't bring herself to end Suzie, and probably because of the weight of the robot. But yes, ends up leaving Suzie all alone on a bridge. But of course, Suzie obviously returns, and just before Suzie whacks it with a bat, it does the symbol of a butterfly kiss that her late husband Masa did, showing us that there's layers to this robot that we just don't fully understand. Now for me, I'm starting to think at this moment, is this robot containing the memories, the personality and the traits of Masa? Or has Masa included subtle details within the code to help Suzie uncover the truth? We then jump into episode 2, where we learn all about the breach of Division 5 that is now off limits after Suzie petted some pretty cute sausage dogs in episode 1. But that was of course in the same room where this man was brutally murdered. Here we head to someone who looks at the code of Suzie. And this is where we learn that Suzie is more advanced than those other standard robots. And we also learn that someone, through some kind of dark web, is actually giving away the code of this robot. And we get a glimpse of a unique wolf symbol that Suzie instantly recognises to be connected to Masa. Now here is where I begin to love the show. The sense of mystery and intrigue absolutely has me hooked. Suzie tries to confine in her mother-in-law, but she denies everything whilst playing what looks like some kind of video game, possibly a Red Dead Redemption. I couldn't quite make it out, but either way, she's hiding something for sure. But the question still remains, how much does Masa's mom know? Suzie sneaks into Masa's offices and tries to uncover what really happened to him. This brings us back round to the start of the episode, where the man is chasing Suzie as she snoops around the now abandoned and covered up Division 5. She cleverly hides underneath a table and uses the help of Suzie, who aids her escape out of the office. Now Suzie clearly knows more than it's letting on here, as it seems to recognise that man and also knew where Suzie would be. And at the end of the episode, we get the fake news that Massa's shoes have been found from the wreckage of the plane crash, but only to be another robot attempting to read the code of Sunny. Why? Who is this person? Who is this robot? And why, of course, do they want the code? Now, I get that Sunny is a more intelligent robot than others, and I suppose that the fact that it has an ability of self-learning and ever-evolving could be used for the wrong reasons. Or are these hackers trying to get Sunny's code because it secretly hides something that reveals an even bigger secret? Now, overall, the show for me was fantastic. The on-screen relationship between Sunny and Suzie was just brilliant to see. Their sense of humour with each other.
Your inability to answer a question is pathological. It's not that complicated.
Even the fact that Sunny is only trying to offer help and always lends a hand, but in the most inconvenient way possible. And then there was those moments where we had a slightly adorable Sunny, yet in a creepy way decided to start breathing even without the ability to breathe. Now, that for me was a little bit weird, but it was also quite humorous to see at the same time. Now, throughout the episode, we get lots of flashbacks of Massa and Suzie when they first met in this silent restaurant. Well, wasn't quite silent because they were talking, but we get a few nice details about the thermodynamics of refrigeration, and of course, the little nod to Dragon Ball. And of course, I've not mentioned the fact that we actually saw Massa alive at the end, helping remove some code after the robot killed a man. Was this the wrong code that killed the guy and he is leaking that information on the dark web? Similar to when Mixie mentioned it about the uses for her robot that shouldn't be allowed. And every time the code is shared, is Sunny the main storage point for this? Is Massa storing forbidden code within Sunny for safekeeping, making him sought after from these hackers? Now, it's mentioned in the show about the Dark Manual and that the person who created it is unknown, but we see Massa at the end of the episode tweaking the code with the Dark Manual symbol of the wolf. And of course, the wolf stands for strength and wildness, but also loyalty. Is that loyalty to Suzie or to Sunny and the rest of artificial intelligence? And is Massa really behind the Dark Manual? Or is he working for someone else? The Yakuza, maybe? It was mentioned in episode 1. And maybe Massa's mom is part of this conspiracy. She was pretty shifty when Suzie asked about the same painting. Could she have some deep mafia connections? Or am I really just overthinking it? And also, if Massa is alive, where is her son Zen? They clearly didn't die on that plane crash. So why was the government lying about this and hiding what really happened? Are they still in the city? Or is he in some kind of safe location? Just what is the truth and the real secret behind all of this? Anyway, I have thoroughly enjoyed this show and I'm going to be keeping you updated every week, trying to look out for those extra little details as best I can. And of course, that leads me over to you with a few final questions. Is Massa part of the Dark Manual? Will Suzie ever find her son? And how advanced will Sunny become? I mean, it can already climb onto beds, which is pretty weird. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe as we are almost close to that 2K mark. And as always, I'll catch you next time with something new.